Oh man, you know what I watched recently? And I did it for nostalgia's sake. The movie itself was actually kind of whatever. And I wanted to see if you actually saw this. Have you ever seen You've Got Mail
A long time ago.
when it first came out?
Long time ago. Somewhere around there.
So, I mean, the movie basically gets the title from that,
Yeah,
and like
that.
the movie kind of like that kind of drives the plot forward. Is that element? Is these two people both have America Online, and I wanted to watch it just for that. I wanted to relive not only the sound bites, but I wanted to relive like the interface and like the typing of emails and shit. And so I watched it, and man, it took me back. Like I have such good memories with America Online, and I just wanted to get your side of it. Like, how did you feel about getting internet for the first time and having America
Oh man,
Online?
it was so freaking cool. Like I remember, getting those trial discs and trying it and hearing the sounds and logging in, and then like once you're logged into the internet, you're like, "Oh dang, I'm on the internet. Like what do I do now?" Right?
What was there to do? Because back then the internet wasn't really as it wasn't as vast as what it is now. It's just kind of like random people are online, and then you can reach out to them and you can talk to them, and that's about it. There weren't any
Yeah, that's kind of what
websites.
it was. I mean, there were some like if you knew where to look, and then of course, well, I think the first thing that I did was I ended up in chat rooms lying about my age and making friends with total strangers.
Themed chat rooms.
And yeah, that was super risky and dumb. And like, if I knew my kid was doing that, they would be grounded for life. And I was totally doing that stuff. I was like 13, and I was like, ASL was the thing. ASL.
So, what was the appeal of just talking to random strangers?
I don't know, to be honest. I don't know. Maybe it was just exciting. Like, it was just new and exciting.
I could be talking to
Um,
anyone.
yeah, you could be talking to anyone, and there's no consequences because you could just log off. You could block somebody or whatever. I don't even know if blocking was a thing back then, but you could log off. And then making your own websites became a thing with little scrolling things and flashing fonts, and you could put music on them and
Angel Fire.
Angel Fire.
Damn.
Yeah. Yep. So that was fun for a little
I
while.
remember you doing all that shit. That's basically kind of like a digital sort of scrapbook, if you
I
will.
know. And then there was a little thing, I want to say it was you could make these little teeny like characters and you could customize them.
Okay.
I wish I remember what they were called. Because like of course you try to make it look like yourself. Like that was the goal.
Man, I have such nostalgia just for the sound bites. Like, obviously the screeching and like all that, like the humming and all that stuff when you're connecting to the internet. And it was just the dial up. You got to have that modem. So the only thing that was wired into the internet was just our PC. I think just like the whole experience of everything, because I think the reason why it's so nostalgic is because everyone that used it experienced the exact same thing. After it connects, you're greeted with the welcome, right? Whose
Yeah.
fucking voice is this?
I know, right?
Who recorded the soundbite?
Who should be getting credit for this?
And then it's the you've got mail. Like we weren't really sending a lot of emails back then, right? It was mostly about the chats. And so like when you got an email, it's like you've got mail, and I was like, oh shit, let me go check my
Who
inbox.
sent me mail?
It was probably spam, but
I know, exactly. And it was probably some email advertising erectile dysfunction medicine or something.
probably. I know in the chats, like you could do like some really egregious color combinations, like a magenta background with red font, and you
Oh
can't even read
gosh,
that
yeah.
shit. It's like making your eyes bleed. Lime green outline. I remember I always had this specific font. It was like Impact, and I liked it because it looked more manly. And so I was like, I gotta switch my default font to Impact.
I was all into Comic Sans.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
You just liked how that one looked?
Yeah, I guess it looked playful or whatever, casual. Now it just looks lame.
I feel like what kind of superseded the random themed chat rooms. I mean, first off, the themed chat rooms were kind of weird because it would just suggest a topic to talk about, but you could really just talk about whatever the hell you wanted in there.
And it always started with ASL.
Yeah, ASL. So I think what kind of superseded the chat rooms was the instant messenger. So AOL started having its own built-in instant messenger, which eventually evolved into AIM outside of it. So anyone could sign up for AIM, and you can chat for two people that had AOL. So that was kind of cool.
Crazy.
And that was free, right? Like you didn't even need to pay for anything
Yeah,
for AIM.
no, you didn't. Well, yeah, as long as you had internet, you could have AIM.
Right.
It didn't matter where your internet came from. So
the thing that came with AIM was like the door opening and closing, that right when people come and go. So that was always fun.
Yeah.
I want to see if you actually remember this, because this is one of my earliest memories of the internet. Do you remember when I had an internet girlfriend?
Oh my goodness. No, I don't think I do.
All right, let me remind you how this went down. Because I don't remember how we met, but it was probably one of those chat rooms. I think like we ended up like taking the conversation, like privately into AIM or like the built-in instant messenger. And I did not know how to talk to girls. I didn't know what to freaking talk about. And back then I didn't really listen to music, right? So she was like, "Hey, so do you listen to music? What kind of music are you into?" I was telling you what was going on, and I was like, "I'm just gonna tell the truth." I was like, "No, I don't really listen to music." And you're like, no, don't tell her that. She wants you to actually like be normal and listen to music. So here, move over. And so you started typing to her, and you're just like, "Yeah, like these bands, like all the popular bands," and you're like listing them off. And she's like, "Oh my God, I love them too." And so you were basically talking to my internet girlfriend for me.
That's freaking
You were
hilarious.
dating my internet girlfriend for me.
Dang, I can't believe I don't remember this.
It was freaking hilarious. Like thinking back, I'm just like, oh my God, like I had no business dating anyone online, especially as well, I was like 7 or something. What the hell am I going to talk about,
That's great.
I think you were like invested. You were just like, yeah, and you were like hitting it off with her.
So she was my internet girlfriend.
Yeah. So whatever happened to her? You tell me.
I guess we broke up. It didn't work out.
You guys had a falling out?
I don't even know. Maybe I just ghosted her.
Damn.
Well, funny thing, I actually met a guy online, and it was like it very well could have gone wrong, right? Like he could have been a total creep. He could have been, like a pedophile. He could have been a number of things.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I looked out, and he was actually a pretty good guy. It was never romantic between us, and we stayed friends for a really long time.
So kind of like You've Got Mail, they start out as pen pals, right? So I think you were much better at being a pen pal, because I did not understand the concept of a pen pal. Like, so you guys are just writing to each other just because you guys like each other's conversations?
Well, we started off in some chat room, and actually he actually started off when I first met him. I want to say I was like 15, 16, and he was older. Like I think he was actually like 21 or 22 or something. So again, could have gone way wrong, right?
Right.
We had no business talking to each other.
We didn't even know what catfishing was back then. There was no
I
label
know.
for
And
it.
so he actually started talking to me because he's a white dude, but he spoke fluent Japanese. And my username at the time was Japanese. I'm not going to mention what it was because it was lame.
You still remember I don't even remember my handle.
It was lame. No, I remember that one. I had a couple in Japanese that were lame. And like it was basically like hot stuff in Japanese kind of thing. So,
but it was spelled out in leet.
No, I didn't. Not that one. But after that, I had Starlit Sky for a long time. So the first time I met him, I think he was like drunk in the chat, and he was an asshole. And so I was like, I don't even want to talk to you. Like, fuck off, go away. You're a douche. So I don't want to talk to you. And then I think the next day, like he messaged me privately because this was in a group chat. He messaged me privately, and he was like, "I'm really sorry. I shouldn't have done that." Like he apologized. And I was still like, I don't really want to talk to you. But he ended up winning me over somehow. And we somehow became friends. And I think we might actually still be friends on Facebook.
I know that we pretty much lived off of those free trial discs. And because, I mean, we weren't online all day long, right? So
yeah.
we would get what, like 500 hours on a single disc.
Yeah.
And then we just collected them, which I think a lot of people did. But what happened after AOL? Like after America Online, where did we go?
We got then it became the DSL times with where you didn't need a dedicated phone line.
Do you remember what service it was?
I think we actually started with I want to say it was like Verizon or something, and they were fairly new and like up and coming. Verizon? You are not part of this conversation.